Hello everyone and welcome back to EMP English Hub podcast. We are truly excited to have you here with us today for another very detailed and beginner-friendly English conversation where we speak clearly, slowly, and in long sentences so you can carefully follow every word and improve your listening skills step by step.
Hello dear listeners, we are so happy that you decided to spend your time with us again, and in today's episode we are going to talk about daily routines and healthy habits, which is one of the most important and practical topics for everyday English communication.
Daily routines are extremely useful to talk about because almost everyone asks questions like, "What time do you wake up?" or "What do you usually do in the morning?" and these questions help us practice the present simple tense in a very natural way.
Yes, Eric, and when we describe our daily routine, we usually talk about repeated actions such as waking up, brushing our teeth, having breakfast, going to work or school, and relaxing in the evening after finishing our responsibilities.
Let me ask you a simple but very common question, Jenny. What time do you usually wake up during the week when you have work and a full schedule ahead of you?
I usually wake up at around 6:30 in the morning during the week, because I like to start my day early and have enough time to prepare myself mentally and physically before I begin working.
That is a great example of a clear and complete answer, and I want our listeners to notice how Jenny used the word usually to describe frequency and also added a reason using the word because to make her sentence longer and more meaningful.
Thank you, Eric, and I think adding reasons is very helpful in English conversations, because instead of giving short answers like at 6:30, we can give longer responses that sound more natural and confident.
In my case, I wake up a little later, at around 7 in the morning, and the first thing I do after getting out of bed is drink a glass of water because I believe it helps my body feel more awake and refreshed.
That is a very healthy habit, Eric, and I also try to drink water in the morning because staying hydrated throughout the day is very important for concentration, energy, and overall health.
After drinking water, I usually spend about 15 minutes stretching and doing light exercise, because moving my body in the morning helps reduce stress and improves my mood before I start working.
I think that is a wonderful routine, and even simple exercises like stretching, walking, or breathing deeply can make a big difference in how we feel during the rest of the day.
Let's teach our listeners a useful sentence pattern. For example, they can say, "After I wake up, I," and then continue the sentence with their own action, such as, "After I wake up, I take a shower and prepare breakfast."
Yes, and this structure is very helpful because it allows learners to connect actions in the correct order, which makes their speech more organized and easier to understand.
Jenny, what do you usually have for breakfast, and do you think breakfast is really the most important meal of the day as many people say?
I usually have something simple but nutritious for breakfast, such as eggs, whole grain bread, and a cup of tea, and I believe breakfast is important because it gives us energy and focus for the morning.
That sounds like a balanced meal, and I like how you use descriptive words like simple and nutritious, because adding adjectives makes our sentences richer and more interesting.
Thank you, Eric, and I think learners should try to add one or two descriptive words in each sentence, because it helps them expand their vocabulary and express their ideas more clearly.
After breakfast, I usually check my emails and plan my tasks for the day, because organizing my schedule helps me feel more productive and less overwhelmed by responsibilities.
Planning the day is a very smart habit, and I also like to write a short to-do list every morning so I can focus on my priorities and manage my time more effectively.
Let's talk about work or study routines, because many people spend most of their day at work or school, so it is important to know how to describe these activities in English.
Yes, for example, learners can say, "I start work at 9 o'clock and finish at 5 o'clock, or I attend classes from 8 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon, which clearly explains their daily schedule.
During the afternoon, I sometimes feel tired, so I take a short break and go for a quick walk outside, because fresh air and movement help me regain my energy and improve my concentration.
That is a very healthy way to deal with afternoon fatigue, and I usually make myself a cup of coffee or herbal tea while listening to calm music for a few minutes before continuing my tasks.
In the evening, after finishing work, I try to relax by reading a book or watching an educational program, because I believe it is important to end the day in a peaceful and positive way.
I completely agree, And I think reducing screen time before bed and choosing relaxing activities can help improve sleep quality and overall mental health.
Speaking of sleep, how many hours do you usually sleep at night, and do you think having a regular sleep schedule is important for maintaining a healthy lifestyle?
I usually sleep about 7 to 8 hours each night, and I strongly believe that going to bed and waking up at the same time every day helps our body develop a natural rhythm.
That is a very important point, because consistent sleep patterns can improve memory, mood, and physical health, which are all essential for a productive and happy life.
Yes, and when we talk about healthy habits in English, we can use phrases like "it is important to," or "it is necessary to give advice in a polite and clear way.
For example, we can say, "It is important to exercise regularly," or "It is necessary to eat balanced meals," and these structures are very common when giving recommendations.
Exactly, and learners should practice giving simple advice to friends, because it helps them become more comfortable using modal verbs and useful expressions in conversations.
Before we finish today's episode, let's ask our listeners an important question. What is one healthy habit you want to start this month, and what steps will you take to make it part of your daily routine?
Yes, dear listeners, try to answer this question out loud in full sentences, and remember to explain not only what you want to do, but also why it is important for you personally.
Practicing these kinds of answers will help you become more fluent and confident when discussing personal topics in English, especially in interviews or friendly conversations.
And the more you practice speaking about your daily routine, the easier it will become to talk naturally without stopping to think about every single word.
We truly hope that today's episode about daily routines and healthy habits gave you useful vocabulary, helpful grammar structures, and practical examples that you can use immediately in your real-life conversations.
Yes, and remember that building healthy habits is very similar to learning English, because both require patience, consistency, and regular practice over time.
Thank you very much for listening to EMP English Hub podcast. We sincerely appreciate your time and dedication to improving your English with us every single week.
Please do not forget to subscribe to EMP English Hub podcast, share this episode with your friends who want to improve their English, keep practicing every day, and until our next episode, thank you so much and goodbye.